Hello everybody and welcome back to Minecraft. So in the last one, we messed around with Thorncraft a little bit to try and turn our hungry node into something a little bit more pleasant. And this one we're going to carry on a little bit. But first things first, you can see I'm dressed a little differently. And that's not entirely by choice. So yeah, let's talk about that first. Okay, so yeah, first things first, I haven't got my power armor. Because yeah, I may have slightly fallen into the void a little bit. So let me show you why and what I've been doing since the last time. So I've got the good old mechanism jetpack and hang glider combo going on again. So since last time I started building this sort of a spawner room, or almost like a spawner gallery, so I can have a ton of different stuff being spawned in here. And under here I've got a little cursed earth set up with a grinder to get all the mob essence that I'll need for all of that. But unfortunately I did not realise that the MFR auto spawners spawn in quite a bigger area than this little 3x3 space I gave it. I think it's actually spawned in 9x9 space, so I'm going to need to make this building a lot bigger, which is kind of why I didn't finish it off. But yeah, so a lot of wisps escaped when I put the wisp safari net in there. Oh yeah, I've got one of those as well. I ended up going to the nether because I remember there was some wisps there, and I only really needed one for the auto spawner, so I went to the nether, grabbed a wisp, put it in this auto spawner, but they started spawning outside, so then I started fighting them, and there was a lot of them, and then I kind of, got hit several times and got dropped all the way down there, because sometimes you drop when you're flying and you get hit, and then I kind of spasmed my hand over the keyboard and accidentally threw my atomic disassembler into the void. Unfortunately, that's where all my power was, so that meant I fell as well, and I lost everything. Again. Thankfully, I've still got the Wisp Safari nets, and I've got some of the essences, since I had this ender chest hooked up, so anything that did spawn in here did get ground up, and I got the essences for it. Particularly, I got the Messis essence, so we can actually do that Thorncraft thing, but it means I'm going to have to work on some armor again. This is going to be, the fourth set of power armor I've made, I think. I just keep losing it. Well, actually, I might not even do that. There is some cool Thorncraft armor that I wouldn't mind checking out. Maybe it's a different option. It's a little bit of a pain in the ass to make, so I'll probably do that by the next one, probably. Anyway, so, since we've got that Messis essence, why don't we try and upgrade this thing? So let's take a look. Remove hungry. Oh, I've also upgraded this a little bit so far as well. I've already turned it into a bright node, which means it'll regenerate a lot faster. That was with the Aurum essence that I already had. So for hungry, I need 1 Messis ethereal essence and 62 of the stuff. The stuff in the jar, that one. So I can whack that down there. This thing works pretty simply. It's just you put the things on pedestals, and as long as it's 1 block away from the node modifier, then it basically works fine. It doesn't have to be symmetrical or anything like that. And same with the jars. It just has to be pretty close by so it can drain them in. I also moved the jars around a little bit because the golems were already having trouble with them all over the room. This seems to work fine though, because it seems like they can come behind here and get at all these jars. And then they can fit underneath that log, and I've given them, this tiny little staircase that can hop up here and do all these ones in the back. So they should be able to get to all of them now, and they're close enough that it's all going to get sucked in with the infusion crafting. Anyway, that's the one I want, the message jar. So we can upgrade this thing and hopefully not get murdered by it when I release it. So let's just whack that down there, and let's give it a go. Remove hungry. Go for it. Shit, that did have 64 in it, didn't it? I hope so. I really should have checked that. It looked like it did. Oh, it'll be fine probably. I'll just stick those goggles on just to be safe. Goggles. Just so we can have a quick look at how much is in here now. It was probably full. I really hope it was. Oh god. I forgot how much stuff was in there. It's a lot. I did also have a slight accident with this. I kind of accidentally hit it with a wand instead of my fist once and let it out. So I ended up having to recontain it, but at least got some managed to draw some stuff with my wand out of it. And that should all be going well. Seems to be. It's drawing a lot of stuff. It's drawing the essence. Boom. Cool. Is it done now? Yeah, that looks a bit more like a normal node now. Alright, it's not got the hungry little thing on it. Cool. I could also increase aspects with it, with the Aurum Essence and Aurum Essentia. So I might actually get round to doing that sometime. If I have some more Aurum Essence, I'm not sure if I've got any right now, but once I get the Wisp spawner set up properly, I should be able to get a fair amount in and maybe increase the aspects. And I could also make it hungry again if I wanted to, which wouldn't be a terrible idea. I could throw things in there if I wanted some more aspects. Not that I think I need any more, I've got quite a few in there. I can make it a sinister node. Not sure there'll be any point in that. It will just spawn the big angry zombies. I don't think they drop anything special. Tainted aspect. Oh, that'll spawn taints. It would turn the surrounding area into a taint biome. Again, I don't think that's that useful. So I am going to let this node out and see what it looks like properly. So let's run over and grab a wand. Oh, actually, that's the point. Do I even have a wand? I don't know. I think I had them on me when I fell. Hopefully I'll have an old Greatwood wand in. Wand. No. Bugger. I did not think about that. Did I leave one in my table? Hopefully I did, maybe. Did I? Did not. God damn it. Well, that's not good. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to make a wand. Okay, let's see if this works. This doesn't have any power in it, so I don't know. Oh, it did work. Oh, I didn't mean to break it there. Oh well, they'll do, I guess. That should hopefully begin regenerating pretty quickly, though, since it's a bright node, in theory. I was kind of hoping it would be bigger and more impressive. It's just kind of, yeah, there. Oh well, yeah, cool the same. In that case, let's just break this thing. Boop. And grab my node thingy, one recharge pedestal with a compound recharge focus on it, and stick that underneath it so I can charge up this basic wand. Okie dokie. One of them, and one of them. I guess that could just go next to it for now. I'll probably jar that up again later and move it over there instead. So I should just be able to whack that in there, and it should draw everything out of that. Nice. So that's going to draw all of the extra compound elements, all the base elements out of the compound elements as well, and fill it up quite nicely. And why is that drawing things to 0? Oh god, is that a thing with the iron wand? Oh god, it's drawing loads of things to 0. Don't do that. Why would you do that? Oh shit. That's not good. They might not recharge if they're drawn down to 0. Well, bugger. I hope they do. That would be nice. How much did I even get on this thing? Not a lot. Okay, yeah, maybe that's the thing with the iron wand. Maybe it doesn't stop it at 0 anymore. So it's like a research that I've unlocked in the Thormonomicon that it doesn't, that I won't be able to take the last of each one. But it seems that I can, for some reason. That's a little bit unnerving. Oh, worst comes to worst, if they don't regenerate, I'll probably just have to turn this back into a hungry node and chuck a load of stuff into it so it gets those aspects back again, I suppose. But, oh well, whatever. That is going to do it for Thorncraft for now, because it's going to take me quite a while to build up to better ones again and create some more crazy stuff. So like I said, there is some cool armour from Thorncraft, specifically from Thormic Tinkerer, that I really kind of want to mess around with, just to see if it's any better than the power armor they've already got. I know it lets you fly and it's got some cooler stuff on it, so definitely worth a look at. But anyway, for the rest of this one, I also want to build myself a Large Hadron Collider. Yep, going from the intricacies of magic to building massive particle physics machines. So hopefully I should have 10. Really? Is that all I've got? Do I really only have 10? Oh god, what am I missing? What do you need? You need... Oh, you're expecting steel to be made. Why isn't steel being made? Curious. It's waiting on something. But they're not. Well, that's curious. I don't know what this is waiting on. Okay. Well, I set up the autocrafting for these electromagnets because basically you need to build a humongous ring out of these things to make a Large Hadron Collider. Then you can put any object in there and it'll collide particles to make antimatter. But my automation seems to be messed up somewhere along the line. So, well, let's just cancel that and redo it, I guess. Electromagnets. I'm going to need an absolute ton of these things. This thing needs to be huge. Essentially, the bigger it is, the less power it will take, and the faster it'll do it. So, whoa, god, mouse sensitivity, why? It still does that occasionally, I don't know why, it just massively changes up the mouse sensitivity. So, what is up? Oh, I know why, it's because I haven't set these things up. So, top needs to be red, right needs... No, is that right? Yeah, top needs to be red, right needs to be blue, bottom needs to be purple. Or purple needs to be fine. So top red. There we go. Now it'll start working. I really should have checked that beforehand. Would have made sense. Let's turn eject on. I'm not sure it needs to be turned on, but sure. Whatever. So hopefully that should work now. Should all be good, right? Right? Please be all good. Unless I've messed something else. Oh, that's not exporting. Did I not set blue to right? Blue is to right. Turn auto eject off. Is this thing... Oh, that's because it's not supposed to be on right, that's supposed to be on left. There we go, that should work now. Right. There we go, there it goes, awesome. Okay, cool. And that'll get spawned into there, that'll make me steel for it. Awesome. So yeah, the road to electromagnets is a bit of a pain in the ass. Electromagnets. Hence why I set up the automation for it, especially considering I need so many of them. So electromagnets are bronze, which you have to make out of which I'm making out of 3 copper powder and 1 tin powder, and electric motors, which are 6 steel, a block of iron, redstone, and a copper wire, which is 3 copper. So it's not horrendous, but it's expensive because that only makes 2 of them, and I need like hundreds. So essentially, I'm going to be making like a big 64 by 64 ring, just so it should be efficient and fast enough. Because, yeah, I'm going to be needing a lot of antimatter, a hell of a lot of it, just to make something cool, like a big antimatter explosive to blow the hell out of the old base. That is the plan, anyway. So, I think I might just wait on this auto-crafting for a while, grab a whole bunch of electromagnets, and set this thing off, if I can. So, I'll be back in a bit. Okay, well, this is going to take a fair bit longer than I thought it would. I should have done the maths on this beforehand, because after sort of doing the maths, I realised I need about 1,000 electromagnets or something like that. Seems I want this thing to be 64 by 64, and I'm going to need 4 electromagnets for each way, and etc, 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 blah blah blah. So basically I'm just going to show you how this thing works, and I'm going to work on making a crap ton more electromagnets as I go on before the next one, I think. Because that's going to take quite a while, and it's going to take a literal butt ton of iron. Like, an insane amount of iron. It's like I need 1,000 electromagnets, and each electromagnet takes 15 iron, so 15,000 iron. So I've set up an iron magical crops farm over there, which is getting me in iron essence, so I can get all of that iron. I don't know how I'd do it otherwise, but hey-ho. So the things you need, you're going to need this particle accelerator, which isn't too hard to make. It's just a bunch of slowly procedurally getting harder and harder circuits, and then you can need to place the electromagnets around it. Whoops, I'm messing this up already. Hopefully this can be broken with this pickaxe. Please? Maybe? That looks like a no. I think that'll just break it. Oh well, seems this pickaxe to the core isn't a big fan of some blocks. So, oops, easy. Damn it. Come on, get on top of that. That's not where I wanted you to go. God damn it. I need to go and find a better pickaxe for this, really. Otherwise I'm going to break that. And I still haven't got myself a remote orderer thing. I should get on that as well. It's making everything a bit slower. God, it's weird not having all of my tools. I don't like it. I should not do this very often, the whole dying and losing everything kind of thing. What pickaxe have I got? I've another pickaxe to the core. That's not helpful to me, to be honest. Let's just grab like an iron pick or something, or a ruby one or something like that. Stick. Yeah, let's make a ruby one. Ruby ones are nice and pretty powerful, so that should do the job. Hopefully I can just break these things with the pickaxe. Actually, now I think about it, I assume I can. I'm not entirely sure though. We shall see. So yeah, you want to stick this particle accelerator on the corner of the big hadron collider that you're building. Let's come on, just go on there. There we go. Go back onto hover, and then you're gonna have it surrounding this thing. And if I was building a proper ring one, I wouldn't have this one here, would I? No, I wouldn't have that one there. That needs to go. Come on, go away. And it's going really slowly because I'm flying. Maybe the pickaxe to the core would have worked then. So that would be like that, yes. That would be like that, and in terms of a proper ring, also it's just going to be an incredibly small scale one, just because getting all the resources I need would be a bit of a pain in the backside. Let's just stick that there for now so I can get that one there. Break that one. Ay, ay, ay. Come on, break faster. I hate breaking things when I'm flying because it goes so slowly and I shove it in a top disassembler because it's super fast. So that would be the base idea of it, to be a ring. You sort of have them coming along and around the outside like so. So obviously this thing is borderline completely useless because it's so small. It would... actually, I'm not even sure it would eventually create antimatter. I'm not sure it'd be able to actually go fast enough to do it. There. Make a proper ring of this thing. Oh, there we go. And seal all of that in properly. Wait, have I just done that wrong? Yes, I have. That's not supposed to be there. How's it going to travel through that? That's not going to work at all. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, building this thing can be a bit of a pain in the ass, but pretty much the only way to make antimatter. Come on, there we go. And it's the main way we're going to create humongous explosions. So let's link that across. There we go. And need you across the bottom. Awesome. So we've got a little ring of electromagnets. Let's turn that hover mode off. God, that noise is annoying. And I'm probably going to need to replace this particle accelerator block so it's facing the right way. Where'd that go? There it is. And whack that down again. Is that going to work now? Yeah, cool. That's idle, so it's facing the right way, so it's shooting into the complex. Awesome sauce. Let's get rid of that one as well. So that's the basic idea. You build this sort of your little, what's it, particularly little ring, completely surrounded by electromagnets on every side, so that it can't escape anywhere. You don't actually have to build a ring. You can just build a huge straight line one, but I think that takes a lot more electromagnets than doing a ring. So this is more material efficient doing it in a ring design. As I said, the real way you want to do this is by building a big 64 by 64 ring. So like sort of 64 by 64 interior space. So that'd be 65 on the outside and 63 on the inside kind of thing, and 64 on the top and the bottom. So it would be absolutely huge. So basically the bigger you build it, the more it will be able to go fast, the faster it will be able to build up speed. So if I'm just going to hook this thing up some power through my dimensional transceiver, and let's not put that there because I've only brought one piece of cable with me. Let's whack that down there, energy conduit, set some power, receiving power, cool. So you should be receiving power just fine. Yep, cool. It's receiving gigajoules of power, to be honest, I'm kind of thinking that this thing is bugged, because when I was testing it out on my test world, it didn't really seem to drain any power, which is a little bit weird. And obviously, that comes through differently in a completely different thing of power, but it never seems to really drain anything. So I think so long as you're supplying it with some power, it just thinks it's getting enough, which is kind of weird. But, to be honest, this entire mod is completely bugged in this mod pack. Resonant induction is pretty messed up in this mod pack. A lot of stuff doesn't work at all. Like, all the power generation in it is just completely screwed. Which is kind of annoying, because a lot of it's kind of cool. I wanted to mess with it, but it's completely broken. But anyway, we've got this thing in here, so the next thing we're going to need is empty cells. This is just tin around glass that I used to make, and they go in somewhere around here. I think they go in here. I think that's where they go. And cobblestone on the top. Yeah, I think that should be good. I'm also going to need a lever just to turn this thing on. I'm pretty sure it needs a redstone signal to run. Let's go grab one of them. It's just cobblestone and a sticker, isn't it? Unless I've got some already. Have I got any already? Yes, I do. Cool. Lever 69. Sure, that'll do. So yeah, this is the basics of antimatter. It's a little bit convoluted and incredibly expensive to make, and pretty much the only point in this mod pack, at least, is pretty much just to make big bombs. Because as I said, the power generation is completely screwed. If this mod was working properly, you could build a fulmination generator, which is kind of a thing that makes power from explosions, and you could chuck antimatter in there to make big explosions and get a ton of power. And if you build this thing big enough, it will provide more power than it takes to get the antimatter eventually. But you have to build it pretty big. So yeah, as I said, the bigger you build this thing, the faster we'll get up to power. The faster we'll get up to speed to make antimatter, because it only makes it once it gets to 100% velocity, and each time it turns a corner, it loses speed. So obviously this one is going to take a very long time to generate anything, but all the same, let's turn it on. And there we go. It's fired a piece of that cobblestone that I put in as a particle, and that's going around the particle accelerator. And assuming that I haven't left any holes anywhere, it should just go around there for quite some time. Now you can see that the velocity is going up already, but because it's got so many corners to go around, it's gonna really take an incredibly long time to get anywhere. It seems it sort of refreshes the velocity once it goes past this thing again, or sometimes they'll just randomly kind of drop. I think that one blew up because it stayed in there too long or something. I don't know, sometimes they just seem to, like, the particles just seem to die and blow up for some reason. They don't do any damage, that's nice. And god, that noise is horrendous. Let's just back off a bit. That's... oh. That definitely sounded like an explosion. I don't think it did anything. I don't think it explodes any particularly. So yeah, that's pretty much how you do it. Eventually, once it hits 100% velocity, it will create antimatter. But I'm never going to get up to velocity, really. I think they're probably just going to keep exploding with something this small. It's just really not going to happen. So I'm just going to turn that thing off, I think. I don't know. Yeah, it's not going to happen. Let's just turn that off. So eventually, when one does get created, it will use up one of these empty cells, and it will go into here as a tiny, teeny piece of antimatter. So let's see, have I got an antimatter thing in here? It comes up as less than that, I think. Let's have a look at the recipe for this thing, perhaps. What is that? That's 1 gram for 125 milligrams. That's 125 milligrams. Okay, yeah. I don't think it has a recipe in there, but I think you get an infinitesimal amount of antimatter. I think you get a lot less than 125 milligrams. Maybe that's what you get. I forget. But to make an antimatter explosive, you need to, like, 8 grams of antimatter. So it takes a long time to make. It takes a very long time to make. So yeah, I guess I'll kind of carry on making an insane amount of electromagnets, build this humongous ring around somewhere, not entirely sure where I'm going to put the whole thing yet, and make some antimatter explosives, because why not? It sounds like fun, and seeing as can't use it for power generation, why not just blow some stuff up with it? Like I said, it is very bugged, but it should work fine in theory, I think, hopefully. So seeing as I didn't manage to get as much done today as I wanted to do, I figured why not come out to our nuclear testing ground and try out a bunch of different explosives. And I just noticed all my nodes still here. Oh, well that would have been good to know when I was refilling my ones. Oh well. Anyway, yeah, let's try a few of these things out. Because ICBM adds a ton of different explosives, and I don't even know what all of them do. So, you know, this could be fun. So, first up, condensed explosives. This one I'm not imagining to go big, it's just 2 TNT and a redstone. So don't expect this one to be too impressive, and that's facing the wrong way, whoops. Just get that way, set you to 1, 2, 3, 7. Cool. And let's try that out. Let's get the hell out of there. Like I said, I don't really imagine this one will go too big. I'll just stand up here. I imagine that should be fine. Let's try that one out. Bing. Oh wow, that was instant. And yeah, that really didn't do a lot, did it? Psst, just kind of blew a hole in the floor. Well, that was alright, I guess. It did a thing. I suppose it could be useful if you wanted a very controlled explosion for mining or something. Next up, incendiary explosives. This one is repulsive explosives, which is 2 condensed explosives. Oh, whoops. Mixed with some sulfur and a lava bucket. So I'm assuming this one will just set fire to everything, I guess. Let's try this one out. Let's receive it, go down. 1, 2, 3, 7. Cool. Let's give that one a go. So, fiery explosion of death. Let's try that. Off it goes, and it killed the game. Awesome. Well, that's good. Alright, well, I'm back and managed to load into it again. Thankfully, it didn't break the world that much, but it seems it set some fires. So, that kind of did a thing. Unless it's burning down some of the roof that was still there. That's nice. Okay, well, that was, what was that one? That was incendiary, I think? That was fun. Next up is shrapnel explosives. This one you make with like a ton of arrows. So, I'm guessing that this is just going to be like arrows everywhere when I blow it up. Let's give it a go. 1, 2, 3, 7. Boom. And burn away. Try that one out. Let's try and hide behind here so I don't get hit by arrows. Where's the explosive? There it is. Go! Go! Fly! Whoa! Ooh, flaming arrows. Oh, okay then. That was different. Didn't do anything to the terrain whatsoever, but alright, fair enough. Guess that'll be good against mobs or something. Next up we have repulsive explosives. And I'm guessing these things are just going to push it away. It's just 2 condensed explosives, so not expecting it to be too big. But let's give it a go. Go! I wonder if maybe that'll push players away when you're near it. Is that how that's going to work? Maybe. Oh, that was really small. That was kind of disappointing. Oh, yeah, I guess maybe that will just push people away when it's nearby, I guess. 1, 3, 3, 7. Whoops, that was not in the box. There we go. 1, 3, 3, 7. What next? We have. I'll leave that until last. Let's go with breaching explosives. Yeah, that'll work here. So what's this one? This one was 3 condensed explosives and 6 gunpowder. So I guess I'll go semi-big. Maybe it's meant to just sort of go in a straight line or something, like a breach into a wall or something. I don't know. Let's try it. See what happens. Go. Whoa. Okay. Well, that was kind of wider. I wonder if maybe it would have been better testing that in like solid terrain, just to see if it would like breach through it, like if it would go in a big line down or something. I don't know. Maybe that's how it works. Oh, that was a bit interesting. Anyway, next we have sonic explosives. This one I have seen in action before, and it's a little bit interesting. 1, 3, 3, 7. Whoops, that's 1, 4. 1, 3, 3, 7. There we go. And this one just kind of throws things around, I think. If it's the one I'm thinking of, let's give it a go. And it makes a horrible noise. A really horrible noise. Ah, screw you, zombie, you're about to get blown up. Oh, there it goes. Oh god, it's taking me with it. Yeah, so that's what that one does. It just throws blocks all over the place. It's a little bit crazy. You can kind of get hit by those, and it chucks them off in a fair distance as well. Look at that. Let's get my hang glider out so I can twig glide over there. My god, from that one little explosive, it chucked blocks all the way out here. Jesus. That chuck thing's really... Hey, even chucks those lux capacitors out. Huh, that's interesting. Yeah, that... okay, so that just makes a big friggin' mess. It took out a decent chunk of the terrain, though. That's quite impressive. That's not a bad-sized hole for such a little thing. Yeah, kind of cool. I like it. But for the most part, it just makes a mess. I'm not sure I'd want to use it to blow stuff up. And lastly, we have rejuvenation explosives. Now, this one's a little bit interesting. First of all, it's kind of incredibly expensive to make. Let's have a look at that. So it's 4 blocks of iron, a block of diamond, and 4 clocks. So not cheap whatsoever. But kind of makes sense for what it does. So let's go and stick that... I'll stick it like around the tower. Maybe take out the tower? Or should I take out this thing? Yeah, let's take out the fountain. So let's whack that down there. Wireless receiver. Whoops. 1, 3, 3, 7. Cool. So what this does is regenerates an entire chunk with an explosion. So it will basically revert it back to what it was when the world first loaded. And it will basically just overwrite anything that you've put there or broken there. So let's set it off. And we should see that just completely regenerates that entire chunk. And there we go. Whoa. Wait, what the hell? What the fuck? Well, that's not how that looked before. It was certainly not up here before. I guess... Actually, yeah, because this bit of the world was loaded when I first had this mod pack. It's been updated since then, so I guess the world generation has completely changed. I mean, I have seen evidence of that in other places where biomes just are randomly really chopped and changed, where I'll just go from one to another where I've generated new stuff. So I guess in this world generation, this is like an extreme hills kind of thing. Well, that's a bit different. Huh. So I assume... that's weird there's no ores, though. Oh, no, there is some ores down here. There's not many ores, though. I'm not seeing many at all. That's really weird. What's that? That's Peridot from Biomes of Plenty. What else, though? It just seems like there's not been any ore generation apart from Peridot. That's so frigging weird. I kind of like dig through this. Well, there's no point digging through it because I can see all of it from the outside, but maybe regeneration explosives don't generate ores? Is that how that works? I guess it makes sense, so you can't just keep regenerating and quarrying the same chunk. Because I guess you could just about make a profit from that. If, yeah, I assume you would get enough diamonds and stuff to make it worthwhile. Still, that's a bit weird, isn't it? Curious. Okay, well that's not entirely what I was expecting, but kind of cool all the same. So we just have a random, huge one of them there. Alrighty then. How much did I even take out? I'm not even sure what the chunk boundaries are. Okay, so it's just that bit. Yeah. Bit weird, that one. Huh. Interesting all the same. So, I mean, I guess I could sort of regenerate this entire area, but if it's all a completely different biome, it would look completely messed up anyway, so... So yeah, that was just some testing of explosives as well. That rejuvenation one was definitely a bit interesting. But unfortunately, I'm all out of time today, so that's going to do it for this one. So thank you very much for watching. As always, I'm Strewdel, and I'll see you in the next one. Catch you later.